through. Man, that is the worst. All right. Hopefully it did send to. Delete forever. I understand. Delete. And this goes on. Save. Turn on. ICJ, RGB, what up? What's good, y'all? Good morning. Still out here. Red in the building. Scott, Jamil, what up? What up, y'all? Coach Z, what it is. Man, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. Let me finish setting this stuff up, and I'll get to the comments. Positive vibes. What up, Chosen? What's good, man? All right. Curious to know how much you guys think cheaters are paying to play NBA 2K26. The joint is just insane. They're paying more than the game actually costs. They're paying more than what your average 2K player would spend on an annual cycle. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was wondering if you were going to cover this one. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's a brother's birthday today, man. Feeling amazing and feeling blessed. A great day to be alive, huh? Happy birthday, ICJ. That's what's up, man. I love your channel. I wish I could stay to the end, but I got to go serve food to the foodies. Hey, back to work, man. Appreciate you tuning in for a second just to say what up. Zach Watson. Scott said, thanks for the Discord invite. I'm still too shy and just going with my 2K crew. $99.99 a month? Well, it's more than that monthly from the numbers I got. Loving your tournament stuff in Discord. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's Shy's holding down a bunch of the stuff going on. What up, Justin? Big snow coming later. Stay warm, city. Blessings to this Sunday. Y'all do the same, man. Stay safe out there, especially when you're driving. Word up. Happy G Day. He said 1,500. Jones said 1,500. Damn. That's just ridiculous. I mean, I know they eventually end up spending that much. I was going through some Facebook posts. There's like a Facebook support group for Zens. So I was going through it, and these folks were talking about like some of the conversations I was reading. They're like, I got this script and that script, but I want this script. So if anybody wants to trade scripts, we could do that. And they're all trying to stay up to date with the latest updates on their particular script. We're going to cover a lot in this video. No self-respect, $99 a month. Let's start it off. Put on my headset. Let's start it off. I'm getting different prices, but this is one of them. You guys are probably going to be. Don't trip, y'all. It's still early in the day. You got the whole day ahead of you. Just know that these folks are invested into ruining your day. They're invested in ruining your day. All right, let's pull it up.
If you play 2K, you know that this Discord is called the Cheater Discord, and everyone here is basically a cheater on 2K, man. Everyone pays like at least $50 a month. 31,057 people cheat on NBA 2K26. That is disgusting. If you play 2K, you know that this Discord is called the Cheater Discord, and everyone.
We should make a virus script and then trade it to them damn cheaters. This is what Zach Watson said. Secret pricing is on the screen. Cheaters are out there paying $60 weekly. They got special deals. If you don't want to pay weekly, $60 weekly. What does that come out to? $240 a month. And if you want to save some money, it looks like they got a deal for you. If you want to save money monthly, you can pay $160 for the month. They're so confident in their scripts that they're offering lifetime subscriptions. Lifetime subscriptions at $620 for lifetime. One-time payment, $620. Now, you do the math. I haven't done the math. I should have did it beforehand. When you do the math, they had over 31,000 members in that Discord last time the homie had checked. But it wasn't too long ago that Garcelle sent out a post saying there's 40,000 lag switchers, so that number's growing. This is so sad. The easiest 2K to shoot, and now they're still cheating. They're paying this money. They're invested. 2K's doing nothing about it. And they're gonna ruin your day. They're not paying for nothing. And I don't know if you guys, I can't show the whole clip from, I have it recorded. I have a full-on clip of Enzo explaining the how Secret works. If you guys don't know, it's called Secret. So he explains exactly how it works, and he shows that it's just a click of a button. And this all takes place through your Wi-Fi. At the click of a button, everybody on the court gets lagged out. Everybody on the court gets error coded. Now it's just one button click and everybody's gone. Someone upload malware to the script. That's what needs to happen. I would imagine that it is happening. I would imagine that is one of the concerns. You know, outside of scams, you got folks out there that you're giving out information to scammers who are cheating and creating code to alter a freaking billion-dollar company's product. So imagine what they'll do with your stuff. Do we not get that? If 2K can't figure out what they're doing, what do you think they're gonna do with your credit card information? That joint wild to me. These dudes be brain dead. I would never give my information to them guys. They're on a weekly tier. That would be 1.8 a week. 1.8 million a week. Oh, you did the math, Blair? He said if they're all on a weekly tier, 31,000 players paying $60 a month, it comes to 1.8. I didn't do the math yet, so I can't even confirm. It's sad. Honey, you got a second? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see, for 31,000 players, $60 a month. No. $60. So let's say it's just $60 a month. $60 a week. Sorry, $60 a week.
31,000, $60 a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's start there.
1,860,000.
Yeah, he said 1.8. That's for the week.
A week.
That's correct. Thanks, hon. That's exactly what he said is right. 1.8 million per week for every one of those Discord members that are in there. The last we checked, it was at 30,000. Garcelle got a post. He received a reply from one of the cheaters that said there's 40,000 of us. So that number is growing every single day. 1.8 million a week. There's 50. Now, if you can multiply that by 52, 1.8 million.
96.7 million.
96.7 million for the year. That's crazy. Thanks, son. Man, 96.7 million. 96.7 million. Who's stopping these guys, B? He said that's a real business operation. Yo. When you actually say it out loud, then it becomes like, oh, now I see 2K's problem. When you say it out loud, it's like, damn, really? Like, we can't even imagine. Do you think 2K is doing those numbers with microtransactions? Yeah. They're doing more numbers than that. in microtransactions. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, 77 to 80% of 2K's revenue comes from microtransactions. They're making tons of money off of us in microtransactions. You know what we pay for a build? Probably Take-Two running this ish themselves. When you talk it, it's crazy when you start seeing those numbers and you're like 1.8 million a week, 96.7 million a year. He said you can pay, and Shai said you can pay Bitcoin, Apple Pay, or straight up credit card. He said, Chosen said, I'm sorry, hearing that income, I need to make a script for something. This will cut into MT though. Have you seen the horrible price gouging 2K is doing with this? Don't surprise me. 2K is shameless, man. They are shameless. Now, that begs the question. Hear me out here, y'all. We know cheaters are going to cheat in video games regardless. Like, they're going to cheat. We know this. Cheating has been around since I've been gaming. Remember the Game Shark? But this level of cheating that ruins everybody else involved is different. I feel like 2K, because I watched the energy on some of these guys cheating, they're like bold. They feel like the big dog on the block, even though they're the ones who are actually losing. They're paying money just to cheat in a game that's easy to shoot and easy to play. Bear with me. Now, these guys are cheating, and this culture is developed, but I think it developed from the way in which 2K handles their player base. 2K charges their player base to purchase boosts, game-altering skill boosts. You purchase this as a player, you come onto the platform and say, if you purchase this boost, you'll get a little more leverage over somebody who doesn't have the boost. They've encouraged that. Remember, we come from the era where cheating, where buying skill boosts was frowned upon. And now we're here in an era where if you don't buy boosts, you're shamed. Go ahead and miss a shot without boosts and see if everybody on the court, everybody on your team don't tell you, yo, you missed, but you ain't got no boost, B. What's wrong with you? So it's almost expected for you to follow this path that 2K created with minimizing the capacity or potential of your build, the money you spent on this build, undermining that money, undermining your investment, undermining your attributes, and saying 2K is telling you, purchase this Gatorade boost, purchase this skill boost, and you'll play better. So now we got these cheaters, and I'm watching their arrogance, and I'm like, and I'm not... It's weird because there's almost a certain level of admiration. Please don't hold me to that. Let me explain. There's almost a certain level of like, I was wondering, and I wanted to pose this question to you guys. Like, are these guys the hero for ruining 2K's reputation? Because 2K has been gouging their player base for the longest time, man. And are these guys stepping in and saying, yo, they want us to pay them for this boost? How about we pay this guy and we get even more boosts? How about we get this script and we get even more out of what we're paying for? Almost like F2K and all of their like aggressive monetization trying to play us. It's almost like they're trying to slap 2K in the face and 2K can't do nothing about it. Tron said, I can't think of any other game that deals with this. Back in the day, Call of Duty dealt with a lot of cheaters. How did a basketball game get to this point? Mind you, 2026, come on, 2K. Furthermore, there's no other sports game that's dealing with cheating at this particular level. Cheating at this level. Madden has cheats, exploits. A lot of the sports games have exploits. I know MLB The Show is going through some as well, but not at this level on so many different, in so many different ways. Players have found some sort of cheat, whether it's dribbling, auto defense, auto jump contests, auto shooting, auto greens, and that just wasn't enough. They went back into lag switching. So you telling me I need to spend $100 for a Zen, then $620 to cheat? Well, yeah, you spend the 100. So in case you guys don't know, it ain't like the Zen comes with the script. I'm sure they sell some Zens because I heard GameStop had some not too long ago. GameStop had a package deal where you, if I'm not, I don't want to even, don't hold me to that. This is what I was told, I should say. GameStop had a package deal where you could buy 2K with a Zen. That's what I heard. I never seen it firsthand, but that's what I heard. But after you buy your device, it ain't just like, I know some of you guys who are ignorant who don't know about these Zen devices. You're thinking, well, I'll just buy, the device and that's it. No, 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 no. Expect to pay your monthly subscription, man, because you got to get the script, and the script developers were smart. I guess I admire their business approach to it, because they could have easily charged a one set price, and some do. But some of the other script developers were smart, and they started charging monthly fees. And if you don't pay that monthly fee, you're somewhat like licensed to the script will get revoked. Yo, the joint crazy. Again, something else they learned from 2K. This is what I mean to say. Like 2K nurtured this and bred this culture. And the developers picked up from that. The developers of these scripts picked up on every business tactic 2K put on the player base, and now they're putting it back on 2K. Ain't that some? I was sitting back and thinking about it like, are these guys the heroes? Like, are they really saving us from spending our money and giving it to big corp? Ruining the whole experience? I don't like that there's cheaters. I don't necessarily like that there's cheaters, but I also don't like the way 2K aggressively approaches monetization and forces it down the player base. I don't even want to continue with that statement. I was going to force down the player base's throat, but the way you cupcakes be thinking early on a Sunday morning, it's supposed to be God's day. It's an inside job, bro. I'm telling you. When you see the numbers, you're like, it's an inside job, right? When you start seeing the numbers, you're like, hold up. 2K ain't just quietly letting that money go. This is my last 2K ever. Won't buy again unless they retroactively and permanently remove all cheating scrubs. Work with all PC and console makers to make that happen. In a way, yes, they are the heroes, but it's coming at the innocent's expense. Well, and I feel you. This is the thing, though. I feel you when you say that, because we're here casual players. We're just trying to enjoy the game, but we're paying. What we're doing is wrong, is what I'm getting at, too. Now, if you go no money spent on 2K, I praise you, salute you. But what we're doing and the systems that 2K has put into place to help encourage us to convert on a transaction is completely wrong. So these guys are coming onto the scene after Ronnie 2K called them out. Hey, cheaters, y'all down bad. Where y'all at? Where's your Zen? He literally said, where are y'all Zens at? Y'all down bad. Prior to the release. And they showed up, knocked on the door. Beep, beep, beep. We here, B. Where you at now, Ronnie? Crickets. Mike, where you at, Mike? Crickets. Nathan, nothing. Join is somewhat humorous, how quiet they've been. And I think because they've been so quiet on such a major issue, and they haven't only been quiet, by the way, I covered this in the last live stream. It's not only silence as if they're hard at work. We know they were creating that college basketball update for season 5. They haven't only been quiet, they've been actively sweeping all these comments and talks about cheating. They've been actively sweeping that under the rug. At least that's the way it seems. You go into their Discord, you scroll through where they're supposed to report gameplay issues, and you barely see anything about cheating. But go under any other post from 2K, and all you see is players from the 2K community begging and pleading with 2K to do something that can resolve the cheating issue, the rampant cheating on 2K26. Michael Mulligan, what up, man? You already know. My player, don't get it wrong. I saved a lot of money. Thank God for Arc Raiders. There is your pricing on screen. Their cheaters are, there is a secret Discord. It's not like, let me clear this up for the folks that are just tuning in. The name of the cheat is secret. And in the secret Discord, they have over 31,000 members. The number varies, it's growing quickly. It's 31,000 at one point, and Garcelle had somebody comment or reply to him saying we have over 40,000. So that number is growing quickly, and each one of them are paying a fee. Each member is paying a fee. At the very least, it's $50, but you guys see this, the numbers on screen, $60 a week for that script. If you want to save some money, you can pay $160 monthly, or consider a lifetime subscription, because they're saying we're not going anywhere. So might as well save some money and get you a lifetime subscription. They finna be here for a while. Get comfortable. The cheaters are here. Oh man, joint is brutal. Watch the devs come out of their caves in 2K27 and talk about they fixed cheating devices for 27 and use it as a promotion to get sales or pre-order sales. That's exactly what Semper said. That's exactly what Semper's been trying to tell me, that they're going to use it. I feel it's too early. You guys are both, you and Semper are probably right, but I feel it's too early because they've been actively sweeping it under the rug. They don't want nobody. Another active way in which 2K chose to sweep it under the rug is in their most recent live stream. Someone came into our live stream letting us know, when I went into their live stream, the comments were turned off. Someone came into our live stream telling us they were on 2K's live stream and 2K removed the words cheating, cheaters, or cheat. Where players who were going in to watch the live stream, they couldn't, of course they were going to inquire what's going on with cheating, as they do under every single one of 2K's posts. You couldn't type that into their live stream. An active approach to sweep it all under the rug is wild to me. He says $60 a week of your real money to win fake money. When you got a cheating device that's shooting green, listen, 2K's money comes from recurring consumer spending. 77 to 80% of their money comes from microtransactions, right? So a lot of that comes from us buying boosts to make builds and, stuff like that. These guys who purchase this, these weekly subscriptions and get these devices, they no longer need to spend that money. They're going to automatically green. The game's going to automatically dribble. So they don't need to spend money on boosts no more. They're the ultimate boosted up. I don't even know what PLN $10 is. I don't know what that equates to. I don't know if there's like a calculator. Appreciate it though, Liquido. I made 10 bills. Should go to Spain for vacation. This is on the higher side, to be honest. Usually Secret is $40 a week, and also Secret V1 is free in some places now. Appreciate you, DexP. Thank you for sharing. Even still, if it's let's say it's not the 60, even though this was an actual screenshot, this is not a creation that I made. There's an actual screenshot. So then you would think that if it was $40, they quickly increase that with the influx of cheaters that are rolling in. I'm sure and there's competition amongst the developers as well. And it's such serious money that anybody who's involved in this stuff, if they can even create a script, they're going to do it. Because they're talking about a tremendous change your life type of game, payday. It equates to these numbers on screen equate to $1.8 million, $96 million for the year. Just insane. Just wow. I don't care what 2K say, they're not gonna do anything about it, even though they have to. Oh, he said, bro, donated from Poland. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I guess it is Poland. Appreciate the super chat though. Salute, man. Yeah, I won't be prepared. By the way, there was a seminar that teaches gameplay developers how to gouge their player base. There was a seminar, and in that seminar, they spoke about pre-orders and what it does to players' psyche. When you pre-order a game, any game, you're telling yourself, you're also telling the gameplay developer that you're willing to spend money. It's like the first kick to say that you're invested. And because you're saying that you're invested, you're more inclined to spend money. Some weird, they know this and they teach this. Get them to pre-order, because if they pre-order, they're way more inclined to spend money through recurring consumer spending, microtransactions. It's like it's all part of the plan. Hope they fix that cheating BS, bro. It's horrible. He says, crazy. I'm from Poland, and trust me, this game is so expensive for Central Eastern Europeans. So mostly players are adult SM. Think you try to fix it for 27. I think 2K is making money off these Zens. When we start hearing how much money they're talking about, then you're like, oh, you guys been telling me 2K is probably involved. And there's a reason why a lot of players feel like that, because how couldn't you address the elephant in the room? Badge Plug simply responded with an elephant emoji. Because how can't 2K address the elephant in the room that everybody is concerned about in regards to cheaters, knowing that these cheaters are paying this type of money? Like, are you seriously paying this type of money? The homie in the stream earlier said they're paying real world money to win fake money. Oh, people are cheating. These mother effers ain't making money off using this. Just sad. Yeah, but they pay. So what do you get out? How many? You know what I'm curious about? Because I have a feeling, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's a lot of grown man cheaters out there. I'll get to the chat in just 1 second. Martin 23, what up, man? But I'm wondering what's taking, because I think a lot of the cheaters are younger. They're of a younger generation. So I'm wondering, like, what is taking place in these school cafeterias, and what's the talks like? Like, are you shamed if you don't have a Zen? That's what's happening? Are like you getting shamed if you don't have a Zen device? Is it that common? Mind you, they don't include PC for crossplay because of cheating. Ironically, it's easier to detect and prevent Zens on PC. Yes, they have the easy anti-cheat. Yep, that's exactly right. They do have easy anti-cheat on PC now. It's mind-boggling. Any other game company would address all the issues. Yeah, every other game company does. They run the other thing about it is the player base for other niches in gaming. They don't play. They will shut down your entire platform. But 2K is bigger than that. The 2K's player base loves basketball, and as long as the sport of basketball is here, 2K is here, and they solidified that this year when they created a new partnership with the NBA, creating NBA Take-Two Media, new joint venture between the NBA and 2K. The NBA and Take-Two, I should say, the parent company of 2K. What are you gonna see next? NBA Take-Two Zens? What are you going to see next? Being too competitive with adult money. A lot of gaming companies are not addressing the issue or lying, saying they've gone on top of it. Well, it's facts. This isn't strictly a 2K issue. The thing is, this is what I'm saying here. The companies that like to gouge their player base, that alone in other gaming niches could easily get them shut down. We've seen it. Player bases don't play no games. They'll boycott the game. We've seen it. Not to say that cheating doesn't happen in other games. It happens, but it just so happens what's wrong about this particular instance is that 2K is cheating us already. And we've been going through years of getting cheated by 2K. And now it's like a double whammy because we're getting cheated by 2K and also by the player base. So we're getting cheated out of our money when we spend money on a VC pack and create those builds, even though the gameplay is designed to keep you on the game, which in turn will minimize the potential of your build and they'll drop patches to change the game in front of you and have you in turn buy a new build, buy a new VC pack. So we're getting cheated by 2K. And then while we're getting cheated by 2K, we take the build that we made and got cheated on, we go and bring that into online, the whole reasoning for buying that build in the first place. We bring that online and get, all of our attributes, all of our boosts gets undermined by somebody who has a cheating device. It's so wild to me. So you would think that with this experience happening, that instantly the player base will turn its back, but that's not what's happening. They keep growing. Man, joint wild to me. Appreciate you, Blair. What up, Kay? It was good, man. Those are the prices on screen. You guys are seeing them. And in case you guys don't understand what $60 a week means, 31,000 players in the secret Discord, probably growing every single day. $60 a week between 31,000 players equates to $1.8 million a week. And how many of you guys could identify a cheater? You know what? If you feel, have you ever been affected by a cheater? If you've ever noticed a cheater, if you feel you can identify a cheater solely through gameplay, stats, their player card, if you feel you have the ability to identify a cheater, put a fire emoji in the chat. Because we're trying to figure out why can't 2K identify them if we could so easily identify them ourselves. You go through the top 10 leaderboard, boop. This dude had a 99.3% win percentage on 13,000 games played. Get the hell out of here. Are you kidding me? 2K can't identify that. 2K can't identify that somebody has 13,000 games played and they got a 13,000 games played with a 99.2 or 0.3 win percentage. You can't identify that, 2K. We can't figure that out. At the very least, those are not breadcrumbs toward a cheater. Appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts because I know the community could easily identify a cheater. We've been there. We see it. So why can't 2K and their resources identify it? Don't make no sense. This dude's in the top of the leaderboards. 2K's error codes alone will not allow you to maintain a 99.3 win percentage. Your win percentage will get affected solely by 2K's error codes, your regular experience. How many of you guys got kicked out of games? And the countless times I've never seen a game that works so hard to get your money and kick you out at the same time. F you, pay me, and then get out. Joyce, wow. Blady said, I told you, they don't care. He said, I guess 2K is hiring the blind. 212 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. Those are the prices. You guys are seeing them. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
If you play 2K, you know that this Discord is called the Cheater Discord, and everyone here is basically a cheater on 2K, man. Everyone pays like at least $50 a month. 31,057 people cheat on NBA 2K26. That is disgusting. If you play 2K, you know that this Discord is called the Cheater Discord, and everyone here is basically a cheater on 2K, man. Everyone pays like at least $50 a month. 31,057 people cheat on NBA 2K26. That is disgusting. If you play 2K, you know.
If you play 2K, you know. 31,000 people, at the very least $50 a month. The numbers that we got here is $60 weekly, $160 a month. Somebody in the live stream said that's on the higher end, but not too far off. It's not one company, it's the entire industry. I play other games. Not even other sports games are getting affected the way 2K is getting affected. Not even other sports games. They have in-game exploits that players take advantage of, but cheating at this level, the way to I like to say all the different ways to cheat on 2K are way different than what other sports games are experiencing. And I have a feeling that has a lot to do with the arrogance of Ronnie 2K. I think cheating would have been a thing anyway, considering how much money they're making. And they're probably going to spread even more now throughout these sports games. But it doesn't help when the face of the company, Ronnie 2K, calls them out personally. It just doesn't help. And then not even have an answer. Like, I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is someone trying to call me out. Things that have happened in my past, attempt to call me out. And no, I don't play no games. So when I see you, I'm going to do my best to knock you out. And you see me and you fold, cop a plea. Second you see, or literally, I'm not a Debo type of dude, but literally dudes will see me across the street and run. I'm not even a Debo type of guy. I'm a really nice guy. But literally will see me across the street after talking crazy and then run when they see me. Come on, man. That's Ronnie 2K running. Gone. Joint is just crazy. He called them out, Debo. They showed up. He's gone, scrambling. Crickets. No words about cheating. It's crazy. All right, that's another thing we get into. Why is it that 2K is able to identify a VC generator script, but they can't identify any other script? Even though there's, like, you guys put all the fire emojis in the chat, even though there's tons of breadcrumbs and indicators that players are cheating, from shooting percentages, win percentages, there's tons to go on. You can literally watch a player cheat. You can literally watch them do it. He's a runner. He's a track star. Why is it they're able to identify VC generator scripts? And, you know, one of the homies commented on my TikTok saying, well, it generates it's taken away from 2K's money. But in the long term, everything that chips away at the integrity of the game or the security of the player base, anything that chips away with that has a long-term effect. And they will in turn lose money. They will in turn lose money for it. He said, I thought Mike retired. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to money, but if it comes down to money, then, you know, there's a major issue. How many of you guys are saying, like, you're not buying NBA 2K27? A lot of you guys are telling me that and trying to persuade me not to buy 2K27. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to buy it. I'm a 2K content creator. I'm going to be on 2K27, but I'm not giving them the money that they normally would get. We're going to buy the standard version of the game, and probably more than likely next year I'll go no money spent, or at the most I'd buy one VC pack to start that first build. I only used one build this year, and I made two, which normally by now I'd have somewhere between 10 and 15. So I don't know. They're not getting the same amount of money. I think a lot of people are going through the same thing. They're just not going to get the same amount of money from players. And I have a feeling they're going to realize that. I have a strong feeling as well that NBA 2K27 they're going to market the hell out of 27 because of GTA. So I think they're going to market the hell out of 27, but it's going to probably be one of the most copy and paste years we've seen in the longest time. Something reminiscent of NBA 2K19 to NBA 2K20, where the biggest complaints from the 2K community were that the game was completely copy and pasted. And 2K is not kind enough to, and these are another reason why I feel like questioning whether these guys are heroes or not, because you get a copy and paste year like 2K19 to 2K20, but 2K doesn't allow you to transfer your VC over. It's the same exact game with a new label on it. I have a feeling we're going to experience that for 27, because I don't think any company really wants to go hard on their annual cycle and then go ahead and challenge GTA. You got companies out here that don't want to release nowhere near the same time frame as GTA. 2K's annual, it's an annual cycle, so they gotta release. So if anything, I feel like they would want to minimize their efforts put into it. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that what I'm speaking is facts. I could be completely wrong, but logically, it wouldn't make sense to put this huge investment into the next annual cycle. CBP Films with a $10 super chat said, capitalism destroys everything because it is profit over people. And this is capitalism, especially since 2020, destroying video games. Plus, these cheaters are paying $100 a build like us. There seems to be some sort of balance there, because right now what's taking place in the entire gaming industry is that the player base for the entire gaming industry is revolting against AAA titles. You look it up. Check out Legendary Drops. It's a YouTube channel. He covers a lot of this stuff. I really like Legendary Drops. But he covers this stuff in great detail. And, video gamers are revolting against AAA and the way in which they choose to create their video games. We know they could do so much better, but they minimize their approach and maximize their profits. The player bases have noticed this over the last few years, and it's left room for real small gameplay development teams, tiny gameplay development teams, to create blockbusters that have, taken over gaming. AA titles taking over gaming. What would normally be considered a AA title, because these games have more substance and there's a more intimate relationship in gameplay development between the developer and the design. So now they have their hearts in it, and it shows through in gameplay, and the gamers are really appreciating that and giving them what they deserve. Catapulting these type of developers from the very bottom where they normally would stay, because they'll be flooded. They're challenging against a machine, and the advertising budget for that machine would normally just flood a AA developer trying to get on the scene. That's no longer happening because the player base is tired of the BS. They're just tired of the BS that AAA games are giving us, attempting to gouge the player base. So there's a revolt happening like right now. Just needs to come on over to the sports side of things. That's all that's happening. I appreciate the $10 super chat, by the way. 2K, the homie said, I saw the other homie talking about, I've been saying this for years, and how 2K just needs, instead of doing an annual cycle, they need like 2 years, 3 years. Don't stop giving 2K the benefit of the doubt. This is by design. They're not lacking time. What you're receiving right now is by design. So whether they do a game every 5 years, you're going to get the same crap. To the T, the exact same crap. It's by design that they put the game this way. It's not because of a lack of time. 2K lacks for nothing. They got endless amounts of resources, yeah? Endless. I keep stressing this every time somebody tells me this same comment. Well, 2K needs 2 years. They need to do it every other cycle. Every single time they tell me this, I'm like, no, man, that means we're not fully understanding the gameplay design behind 2K. Their number one line item expense is to finesse you. That's their number one line item expense is marketing. Why is a gaming company's number one line item expense marketing? They're more so focused on selling you the game than developing the game. Damn, that joint bothers me so much how some folks are naive to this business side of things. No, the development team just needs, it may be fact that the development team wants to create something good. It very well may be a fact that Mike Wang's heart is in the game. This very well may be the case, but his hands are tied to marketing. His hands are tied to making money. His hands are tied by the sales goals of Take-Two and the higher-ups at 2K. Man, you got to look at these developers are like I don't know how many of you guys have worked in a corporate environment, but these developers are like the IT department in big corporations. Just get the joint working. We want this. We set these goals. Boom, boom, boom. We need to meet these sales goals. Make it happen, or else you're out of here. They don't know nothing about how to develop the game. They just want to make sure they get this conference call set up in this conference room. Make it happen. I don't care if it's in Japan or Afghanistan and they don't even have internet. Get us connected. Oh, man. It's crazy. Salutes, CBP. What the homie said, I saw that pricing too, and people were asking to pay people that got secrets to play with them, even if they have to pay twice. They don't care, bro. That's the reason why when you start seeing numbers like these kids don't even have a job. How are you paying for this? So what's going on like in the school cafeteria? How is it that the kids are so easily influenced into and I'm not saying it's only kids that are cheating, but I know it's a good majority. And I'm saying what's going on in these classrooms at school or in the playground, the park, the basketball court? What is happening that persuades them to cheat? What type of conversations are going on that skill is no longer a factor? It's no longer a factor. There's no longer consideration. They're like, well, you won because you got a Zen and you can't afford a Zen, so I'm going to win. I would not be able to, if 2K was in the place it is now, when I was coming up, I would not be able to play 2K. Financially, wouldn't be able to afford 2K, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. My squad, we were at least 6 in the past and high ranked in modern Pro-Am. We don't even play 2K anymore. We literally have a squad of 15 people. We just play Call of Duty now. 2K keeps chipping. It'll be 20K players on. What up, Offset? What's good, man? He said, dude's been cheating all year. A lot of the times, the dudes cheat every year. A lot of the times, is every year there's cheaters, but not to this degree. We were here in 2K19, 2K20, and auto greens was becoming a thing, more and more prevalent, and 2K wanted to minimize the growth that it was having. So they started shifting gameplay, and NBA 2K21 was the first time that we seen tougher shooting, where normally we would come onto the scene at the beginning of each annual cycle, and make our build. We know how to make our build already because 2K was always offense heavy. So we'll make our build and we go out there shooting lights out. 2K21 was a rude awakening where it was 2K's first challenge against cheaters and they started switching things around. You need your badges. We're shifting green windows. We're doing everything to minimize the impact of cheaters or curb the growth of cheaters. And so they started shifting gameplay and delivering it to you guys in marketing as realism. Everybody took the bait. We want this more realism. Now you got slow, clunky dribble animations and really slow shots and all this weird stuff, missing open shots. And man, was the community, man, it irks me because we be so lost a lot of the times. I watched this all unfold right before my eyes. So I watched the challenge. I watched them try to combat against cheaters, and their answer was to shift your green window. And it's not like you see it shift. It ain't like, you have something swinging side to side, pause, it's going left and right, and you got to hit, the line in the middle of the green window. It's not like you see it shifting, but that's literally what was happening in the background, and it was invisible. You couldn't see anything. We only figured out through 2K Labs testing that they were indeed shifting your green window. Green window's 40 milliseconds, and that joint was shifting over 40 milliseconds, so you can no longer use the muscle memory that the 2K community had become accustomed to. No longer was it you go into the lab, practice your jump shot, learn your jump shot timing, and then you hit your shots. People that practice more progressively got better and will outshine the players who don't practice. That no longer was the case. That was 2K's RNG being incorporated into the game to minimize the impact of cheaters. In NBA 2K26, they reverted everything back, even though they delivered this type of gameplay from 21 to 25. In NBA 2K26, they reverted everything back. And I was thinking that maybe they had an answer for cheaters, which started this process in the first place. And here we are in 2K26, reverted everything back. No answer for the whole reason they changed it in the first place to combat against cheaters. Now they give us 100% pure green window. And here we are, damn near every game, folks are spin jumping from the other free throw line, the opposite free throw line on the opposite side of the court. You had to be there. I know a lot of people share their opinion, and I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I was there. So I mean, I was there. I saw it happen. I know why they changed gameplay and, promoted it to you guys as realism. I know why they went down that route, because they were worried about the cheaters taking over the game. It was a conversation that was being had at that time. It wasn't even bad, neither. I had legend runs. It wasn't bad. So I was on this game consistently, day in and day out. I was going through legend runs. So it ain't like we were experiencing, and I was in the park at that. At that time, it was over 10,000 games in the park. So, we didn't run into cheaters like that. So it wasn't that big an issue to create such a drastic change. Now we actually got a bigger issue. Now we got an issue where players can't even go into their favorite game mode, the park. They can't go into the theater. It's undermining the whole development of matchmaking, because you're just going to be matchmaked into Zen. And you're right, Isaac Lovato. I don't know what can be done either. All I do know is that 2K has a hell of a lot of pull. So if they need to get into a conversation with Sony and Xbox, they could make that happen. If anybody can make that happen, especially with the release of GTA, you telling me Take-Two can't? Come on, Take-Two is the parent company of 2K and GTA. You telling me they can't pull Microsoft and Sony to the side? Say, yo, hold on, we can't allow this. This can't happen. Let's figure something out. The homie said, I don't know what can be done because it's a device detection capability issue right now. And I'm saying, yeah, they got enough pool to make something happen. It's the whole reason they got so much pool. It's the whole reason why we don't see no other basketball game. Cheaters need their own servers. Yeah, let them cheat amongst each other. Let them play with each other. But that's the eventuality, yeah. The cheaters, they make a build. They play so well because they auto greening, auto defense, auto dribbling, lag switching. So because they're getting these constant wins, constant W's, constant high teammate grades, they're gonna move up and get their plates higher a lot quicker. So they're not in the black, brown, they're not in the black, brown, or silver categories for long. They move up to gold, purple, and red very quickly. At the top, you're gonna see a lot more cheaters. They're gonna eventually end up playing amongst each other, and that's not gonna be enjoyable for them. So in turn, eventually they'll just all dip if that so happens to be the case. The old GTA Dunce Lobby. Bustelo boys are in the building. Yay! I like that name, Bustelo boys. I don't even think this generation know what Bustelo is. If you put one of these youngins on Bustelo, forget it. They'll be up for 6 days straight, B. They'll be like, what the hell was that, City? Honestly, creating a server just for cheaters is Battlefield can detect it, so then so can 2K. And that's another aspect. Appreciate you, Cornelius, for sharing that. That's another aspect that I wanted to get into. Other games are transparently fighting against cheaters. What is the reason for 2K being so hush-hush about it? Other games actively involve their communities, let them know what's going on, tell them that they're in the process of working this or getting this update, actively trying to make something happen, and share what they're going through in the fight against cheating. I remember when you hopped on the game and was so excited to see who was actually better. Yeah. You guys are seeing the pricing on screen, yeah? $60 weekly for a script. That same script, you can pay $160 monthly, which will save you $80, because if you pay weekly, that comes to $240. You can save $80 and get it for $160, or you can pay a lifetime subscription. One set price for $620 is what this server had displayed. If, from what we heard, there were 31,000 members in this Discord. I heard a number up to 40,000 members, so that number is growing quickly. If you multiply the 40,000 or the 31,000, let's put it on the lower end. If you multiply the 31,000 times the $60 weekly, that comes to $1.8 million a week. You know, considering 2K has been so quiet, considering more and more players are coming into this live stream telling me every single time I go live now, I have a feeling 2K's in on it. It's why is 2K so quiet? They got to be in on it, is what they keep telling me. I'm like, nah, I don't think they in on it. And then we do the math and here, $1.8 million weekly, $96.7 million a year. You're like, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Last I heard, the Take-Two, the parent company of 2K, the execs, their bonus was some upwards of $30 million. That was their bonus. So you're talking $96 million from this company. Lone Wolf with a $10 super chat said, cheating reached a point of no return. As a guy who doesn't have his own squad, I regularly check looking for group posts. He says, City, every third or fourth post is asking for a plugged guard. We're cooked. It's become normalized. And that's exactly what we didn't want to happen. I remember clearly where buying boosts was shamed. You were shamed for buying boosts. It was noticeable when you hopped in a park game and you were boosted up, and you would get shamed for having boosts, trying to purchase an advantage, even though it was in game. You were shamed for buying an advantage than rather than just using the how you made your build, the attributes that you applied to your build. Now we're getting to a point, or we're probably here already, where the device has become normalized. A third party device and third party script outside of 2K seems to have become normalized in the community. That's so much so that they're calling for plugged guards, people who have scripts. Joint is wild, man. He said the 2K devs are selling the scripts. And they don't even know. Like, it's crazy because, hey, Blair, it's crazy, that the homie puts that. And it goes to show the difference in generations, because in my generation, a plug guard means something totally different. That joint crazy. That joint means something totally different. A lot of them dudes probably wouldn't have wanted to admit that they were plugged. It's crazy. Even being a cupcake has become normalized, man. It's like, save the nonsense. 2K this season, 2K got you. And the shout out to the homie Tron, because Tron was like, I like this hairstyle. This season, 2K got you a rainbow ball trail, a rainbow hairstyle with heart eyes, and twerk dance emotes. Man, this joint crazy, and they normalizing the hell out of this stuff. Let some dude hop on the court with me, IRL, with rainbow beads in his hair swerving all over the place, looking hella clean, wearing rainbow pants, trying to post me up, and have heart contacts in his eyes, looking back at me, trying to post me up. Act like I won't clothesline him and DDT him right there. Act like we won't be playing basketball no more, trying to post me up. It must be crazy. Join is just crazy, bro. Salute to 2K. I know a lot of y'all hear my Tony like, why is he so upset? I am not upset, bro. Man, Joint is crazy. He said it's actually cheaper to cheat. Money side Millie, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, Joint is crazy, man. Oh, man. He said, I'm upset. He said, I'm upset-ish. Good times, though, man. I tell you. We don't know if there's going to be, 2K moving forward. I'll definitely keep you guys posted through the years. We've been doing this for a long time, so I'll keep you guys updated on the future of 2K. A plug guard always threw me off because I usually play with my controller plugged. We don't know if all this stuff is here to stay. Seems like it is. And I make the argument that it was 2K that developed this whole culture. It's 2K that gave cheaters the idea to cheat. As soon as 2K introduced the idea of purchasing an advantage, an in-game advantage outside of what you're normally capable of, is when they started looking elsewhere for a better advantage, period. Genuinely, I think devs are laughing in the background. They see cheating and give rainbow rewards. Imagine that. The cheating is so bad, I even see Zens in my team. Damn, I didn't even know it was like that. All right, y'all. On that note, we finna wrap it up. It's been a great talk. Fun times, man. I'm wishing you a safe and blessed rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you guys got a good start to your week.